Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is Danny Lee. Many of you have stated that she is not black. Many of you have stated that Cardi B is not black. And you have stated that Gina Rodriguez is not black. And you've done the same thing to our Vice President Kamala Harris, that she is not black. So, are they black or other? Let's see, Danny Lee is Dominican, and she identifies as Dominican. I guess recently she stated that she was black, but, you guys have stated she's not black. Cardi B is Dominican and Trinidadian. You guys have stated that she's not black. Gina Rodriguez is Puerto Rican. And you guys have stated that she's not black. Kamala Harris, Jamaican and Indian, Jamaican black. But many of you guys have ascertained that she's not black. Now, this video is not to argue if these women are black or not. Kamala Harris does identify as black. Gina Rodriguez states that she has some in her, but I don't believe she identifies as black. Cardi B does identify as black. Danny Lee, I'm not sure what she identifies as, but you guys have stated that she's not black. So, follow me as to where I'm going to take this.
Brutal attack in Harlem when a woman who was just trying to buy a bottle of wine.
She says it happened after she turned down one man's offer to pay for her. CBS 2's Lisa Rosner spoke exclusively with the victim.
Surveillance video shows a group outside this liquor store as a woman walks in alone just before 6 p.m. Monday. The 31-year-old mother says she was buying a bottle of wine after work when two men walked in the shop on West 128th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. She says the man in the red offered to pay.
I politely declined and I said, no thank you, but thank you. Could pay for it myself. And I got ready to walk out. And before I walk out, he basically said that he felt like I thought that I was better than them.
The men followed her out, she says, asking what did she want to do about it.
I just asked them, I said, you're seriously trying to fight me? I'm trying to go about my business.
She says they chased her across the street, kicking her, and one man actually bit.
So you heard what happened. An innocent woman was just trying to buy a bottle of wine. She was accosted. A man offered to pay for it. She declined. And they followed her outside and she was attacked. And this is from the Melanin Shade Room. It says here, a black woman was brutally attacked by a group of black men in Harlem after she turned down a man's offer to buy her a bottle of wine at a liquor store. Now, let me just tell you what this online site did. First of all, the attention should have been focused on what happened with the victim. It should have been focused on the brutality of this right here. But this site right here played into the anger that some black women have of black men. It said a group of black men. I read the reports of this here, and nowhere has anyone described these men as being black. But for black women who hate black men, which is what this site did, for black women who talk about divesting in black men, dating out, boy, they just did not care. They bought this hook, line, sinker. Let me just show you what I mean right here. She goes, black men are really about to be canceled. It's sad because we love y'all to death, but the violence and are choosing to stay silent when your bros are the offenders is becoming more and more unforgivable. This one goes right. You can clearly see what these women are saying. These are black women. I'm more scared for black men than I am of white men, is what she's claiming. And it goes on to say, ladies, please be safe, protect each other. Okay, men need to step up and protect us as well. This is sad. The second comment right then and there. The third comment, yo, what the fuck wrong with niggas nowadays? Please don't let a group of black men represent all black men. This type is the weakest link in the black community. So as you clearly see, people have already pegged these men as being black. They have already been identified as black men because of the negative nature of what happened. But here's the problem that I have with this right here. I'm looking at these men right here. Are they black? Are they Hispanic, Latino? Are they Indian? No, really. And I'm not trying to throw off as to what happened with the victim. I want to bring home a point right here, because I'm going to bring something up to you. In that area, you have a lot of Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, who don't necessarily identify as black. But one thing in which I've noticed is that when it comes to negativity and crime, you are black until proven otherwise. Sometimes when it comes to doing something positive, if these men right here were, like, let's say, scholastic achievement winners, doing great things academically, oh, they're not really black. They could be mixed. They could be biracial. They could be others. But when it's a crime right then and there, they are blacker than the ace of spade. I want to show you something. Remember this angel right here? This is 15-year-old Junior Guzman. He was murdered 2 years ago at a bodega in New York City. May Junior rest in peace. Now I want to show you this right here. These are his killers. They were in a violent Dominican street gang. Now we know about Dominicans. Many do not consider themselves black. Okay, are these men Dominican? Are they Puerto Rican? Are they black? So people, if these men are black, they're black. If they're not, then they're not. But here's the thing. I have not heard anyone, a news source, or anyone describe them as actually being black except online forums, which is getting black women who are angry at black men to put the blame on all black men. Here goes some more of the Dominican gang who murdered Junior. Does he consider himself black? Here's another one. Does he consider himself black? Now, you know my stance on this. I tend to allow people to self-identify how they choose if there's some black in there. I'm not talking about a Rachel Dolezal who's white, who has no black in her. I'm talking about people who have black in them. I don't necessarily make a choice for people if they're black or not. I'm bringing a point to you. He's from a Dominican gang. I have no idea as to how he chooses to self-identify. Many Dominicans do not identify as black. Here they go right here. This is a Dominican gang that murdered Junior. You guys have stated that Danny Lee is not black. You guys have stated, many of you, that Cardi B is not black. You have stated that Gina Rodriguez is not black. You have stated that Kamala Harris is not black. But all these women right here, if they had a brother, he would look like these men right here. And many of these women right here look more ambiguous because they get their hair straightened out. No, many of their brothers will look exactly like that. You said Cardi B's not black. So all of a sudden, these men who assaulted that woman are black. This is Kamala Harris with her natural hair. Here she is with her natural hair, without it being straightened. So people, here's the thing about it. A lot of times we're stereotyping and we're profiling people, labeling them as black, when we don't really know if they are black. We have to be very careful with that. We have no problem labeling people black when something negative comes down. Here's the news accounts as to what happened. Police said the first man was wearing a red jacket, the second man wearing a black jacket, the third wearing a red hooded sweatshirt with a denim vest over it. Anyone with information that gives you the number to call right there. Nowhere did they say or identify them as being black. A woman speaks out after being bitten on the face, spit during an assault at a Harlem store. You heard her testimony. She didn't describe them as being black. It's just sad enough you can't go to your day without minding your own business. Polite decline could have led to something like this. Okay, the woman said, I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend. This could be anyone's mother, daughter, sister. In the store, minding her own business, purchasing their goods. Police are looking for 3 unidentified men. Police are looking for 3 unidentified men. They're not identifiable. They released surveillance video of the suspects inside the store. Footage outside the store shows them surrounding the woman. Grainy video later shows what appears to be the attack in front of a white vehicle on the street, just off the curb. Here goes another one right then and there. During the attack, she says her iPhone fell to the ground and she went to grab it. He pried the phone out of my hand and gave me and said, "Give me your phone, B." She said afterwards someone told her to run because one of the men had done this to someone else before and could come back. The woman had not been able to open one eye. So the suspects need to be caught immediately so other people going about their day don't fall prey. I agree with that. Truthfully, I don't give a damn what color they are. What they did was just a very heinous crime, a very cowardice crime. Who hits a woman? Seriously. It's a very brutal attack, and hopefully they are punished to the fullest extent of the law. But it's funny how all black men can be written off. But yet when this black woman was attacked by a group of Trump supporters about 2 weeks ago, she was punched, she was beaten, she had her wig snatched off, held up like a damn trophy. They don't put all white men in a category like this. It's funny how they do not choose to stigmatize all white men like this. But yet when these men were unknown about their actual ethnicity, were unknown about their actual race, they are categorized as black. So this tells you something right here, that we still have a very long way to go. That racial stereotyping and profiling even happens online. If these men are black, then they are black. If these men are other, then they are other. But we don't really know at this particular moment. They could be Puerto Rican, they could be Dominican, they could be mixed race, they could be Indian, they could be any number of things. We have no idea as to what they are. So if we have no idea as to what they are, why are we labeling them black? So with that, ladies and gentlemen, just something to think about. And that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you beyond and through.